Good day, everyone! Before we start, let us first put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Amen. Hello, pupils! How are you? I am Teacher TESSANE.
And I am Teacher LYKA.
Are you all excited for our lesson today?
Yes!
What a bombastic energy to start our day!
Yet before we start to our new lesson, let us first have some review about our topic last meeting. Anyone from the class who still remember our lesson last meeting? Yes, Siba. Very good. Last meeting, we discussed about the parts of a plant. So how many parts are there? Yes, no. Correct. There are 6 parts of a plant. Amber, kindly enumerate the 6 parts of a plant. Excellent! There are 6 parts of a plant. There are roots, leaves, stems, flowers, fruit, and seeds.
So at this moment, we will have a game called What is in that picture? I will be showing some images from my screen and you have to guess what is in that image. And if you already have guessed, just hit the raise hand button so that I will know how many pupils are following. But class, you have to keep your answer from yourselves first until I told you so. Or when you hear the I am clear? Okay, so let's start. What is in the picture? Very good! It's seeds. How about this one? Yes, it is petals. Next, these species are known for making honey. Yes? Yes, correct. Another picture. This part of the plant that absorbs water. Yes, correct. Last one, class. Yes, it is fruit. All of your guesses are correct. Good job, everyone!
Prior to our discussion, let's have an activity that you will need to answer, class. We'll be having a word search. I have already sent a copy of this to our Facebook Messenger. Please check our group chat and download the photo. For this will serve as your activity sheet for today's task. Right after you have downloaded the photo, you can already begin searching for the 8 words in the box. Take note, you will only have 10 minutes to answer, and when it's over, everyone must submit their activity, finish or not finish. Did you understand, class? Okay, start now, everyone. Time is up, class. Send now your activities in our group chat. And this time, let's answer the activity. Very good, everyone.
So today, we are going to learn about the parts of a flower and its function. Anyone from the class who knows the parts of a flower? If that's the case, then let's proceed to our discussion. Here is the structure of a flower. Can you see it, class? Okay, there are 4 key components of a flower. First, a sepal. Sepal are the exterior parts of a flower that protect the interior flower while it emerges. Sepal are typically green and leaf-like as they are, in fact, modified leaves. The sepal is the first part of the flower to grow, forming at the uppermost end to a stem. The sepal create a band around the emerging flower, and its key responsibilities are to protect the flower as it grows and prevent it from drying out. Second is the petal. Petals exist to draw pollinators to the flower. It is for the reason that they are often brightly colored, showy, and of interesting patterns and size. Petals are probably the part of a flower that has most variation from plant to plant. Not only do they differ in color, size, and shape, but some petals form in several layers to create very full-looking flowers, while others appear to not have separate petals but instead are one solid petal. Then third is the stamen. The stamen is male reproductive organ of a flower. Each stamen contains 2 main parts, the filament and the anther. The filament is long cylindrical tendon part of the stamen, while anther is the sac that sits at the top of the filament. The function of the filament is simply to hold up the anther, extending it up to an accessible part of the flower for pollinators reach, or the wind to disperse the pollen. The anther is where the pollen is produced, and each anther contains many grains of pollen that each have the male reproduction cells present in them. The function of the stamen is to produce pollen and make it available for pollinators to allow reproduction. When a pollinator such as a bee or a bird touches the anther, the pollen will stick to them and they get transported to other flowers they visit.
Then the last is pestle. The pestle, which is sometimes called the carpel. It is a female reproductive organ of a flower. Each pestle is usually bowling pin sized and features a sac, its base in the center of a flower. And this sac is called the ovary that produces and contains developing seeds or ovules. Moving upward, the ovary extends to support a style. There is a tube-like structure leading up to the stigma at the very top. The stigma features a flat surface with a sticky texture that is ideal for capturing on pollen that has been transported to the stigma of the flower by wind or pollinating insects and birds. Upon arriving on a stigma, pollen will germinate to produce a pollen tube down the style. When it reaches the ovary sac, the pollen tube fertilizes the ovules. At this point, pollination is complete. A fertilized ovary swells to protect the developing seeds and transform the flower into fruit. Inside the fruit, a fertilized ovule becomes a seed. From the plant can be sown an entirely new plant created. Did you understand, class? Are you now familiar with the parts of a flower? Okay, very good. And now, let's watch a video.
Flowers may look pretty, but from a different slant. They're simply reproductive organs of a plant. The stamen has the pollen that goes to make a seed. It's separate from the stigma and the ovary. You need flower power so a plant can breed. You need flower power to make a lot of seeds. Pollen can be carried by an insect or the breeze. If you are allergic, it can make you sneeze. It has to reach the stigma and the ovary. If it's ever gonna turn into a seed, you need flower power so a plant can breed. You need flower power to make a lot of seeds. You can admire their petals, their style and their stem, but I'll get mighty riled if you go picking them. Seeds must be dispersed so they get a chance to germinate and grow into healthy plants. One day they will flower and make a lot of seeds. When pollen hits their stigmas and their ovaries, you need flower power so a plant can breed. You need flower power to make a lot of seeds. You can admire their petals, their style and their stem, but I'll get mighty riled if you go picking them. You need flower power so a plant can breed. You need flower power to make a lot of seeds.
So what can you say about the video, class? Yes, the video highlights the importance of the flowers in our environment and to us human beings, as it adds beauty to our surroundings, and also some flowers support the plant reproduction as our source of food in our lives and for our survival.
Now, I will be showing a structure of a flower with the missing label parts, and you have to identify, class, what is the name of the part. The first one to hit the raise hand button will be the one to be called and say the answer. Okay, what part is that in number 1? Yes, Rod? Correct. It's sepal. Number 2? Yes, Asi? Correct. It's a filament. How about number 3? Yes, anther. 4, petals. 6, stigma. 7, style. 8, ovals. And last one is ovary. Well done, class!
This time, we will have a 5-item true or false quiz. May I ask everyone to change their chat settings to private, so your answer will be directed to me and to avoid copying of answers from your classmates. Is that understood, class? Okay, make sure you have already changed the settings. Just type true or false and send your answers after the count of 5 seconds. Number 1. The male reproductive organ of a flower is called stamen. The correct answer is true. Number 2. The male reproductive organ is the pollen. False. The correct answer is pested. Number 3. Stigma features a flat surface with a sticky texture. True. Number 4. The fertilized ovule becomes a fruit. False. The correct answer is seed. The fertilized ovule will become a seed. And last, number 5. Sepals are typically green and leaf-like. The correct answer is true.
And so for assignment class, take a photo of any flower or a scenery of flowers in your place or in the surroundings. And then you will put the picture in the Microsoft Word with a brief explanation or a quote related to your photo. You will going to send the screenshot of your work in our Facebook Messenger so that it would be easy for me to check your outputs. Is that clear, class? Okay.
Thank you, class, for all your participation. Goodbye and see you all next meeting.
Bye!